Okay, also in South Carolina House 37 is Stephen Long.
Well, good evening. Thank you to Eric and John and everybody else with the NRMC that was involved with putting together this forum, and thank everybody for coming out. If I can get a quick show of hands, who here is from District 37? That's the Bowling Springs and Inman area. Okay, glad to see we've got a few. I certainly enjoyed talking with you after the program. So I've lived in Bowling Springs my entire life. Graduated from Bowling Springs High School and the Community College and USC Upstate. Worked my way through college as a hazardous materials technician, and after graduating, I became a licensed insurance agent, and so I'm a businessman in the Spartanburg area. I'm running for office because our state legislature has let us down time and time again on a number of important issues. And we can do better, and y'all deserve better than what we're currently getting. So here's what I'm going to do when I get down to Columbia. I'm going to fight to actually reform the DOT. The bill that they had recently did not include the proper measures to fix the management problems in the DOT. We've got to make sure that we know that our money is being spent wisely. We don't need to be throwing more money into a broken system. Before we ever talk about raising taxes or going into debt, we need to make sure that our money is being spent the way that it needs to be spent, making sure that we're fixing roads based on what roads needs to be fixed. I want to make sure that we are strengthening our ethics laws, holding politicians accountable in South Carolina for their actions. As it is right now, the legislature polices themselves. And what we need to do is we need to go to a system where we have independent oversight of the legislators as opposed to them policing each other. It's not appropriate for colleagues to be judging one another when they're representatives. We need to fight to end abortion in South Carolina. We do allow abortion. We did bring it down from 24 weeks to 20 weeks. I applaud the legislature for finally passing that bill after 4 years, stopping about 2% of abortions, and I think that we can go further, and I look forward to fighting to take that further, and also making sure that none of our state money is going to Planned Parenthood, because as it is, Planned Parenthood does get funded through different programs in the state budget. Planned Parenthood is not a line item, but it does get funded. And I think we all know what Planned Parenthood was founded to do. The founder of the organization said that one of its goals was to seek out ways to, they put their clinics in the middle of urban areas, and they primarily wanted to get African Americans to come in and abort their children. That was the goal of Planned Parenthood when it was founded. And so the fact that our state is funding Planned Parenthood is despicable. And we just got to stand up and fight for conservative values. You know, Stephen was up here talking. He kind of summed up a lot of the points that I was going to make as far as just, doing what we can to limit regulations and get the government out of the way of business in South Carolina. And I've got a friend who owns a business out on the, it's near the Gossett Road area in Spartanburg. And he's got a fairly large facility. He's got over 20 employees, does several $1 million of revenue a year. He's got the property, and he was wanting to expand his business. And he's got everything that he needed in South Carolina. But the problem was that the regulations and the taxes were so high in South Carolina that instead of doing it here, he decided to go just over the border in Rutherford, North Carolina, purchased new land up in North Carolina, built his facility in North Carolina, and now all of that revenue and all those new jobs he's going to be creating are going to North Carolina because South Carolina has regulations and taxes that are just too much for him. And that's understandable, that businesses are going to do what's best for their bottom line. So those are just a couple of things that I would like to do as a state representative. I would be honored to have your vote next Tuesday. And like I said, I invite any of you to come and ask me questions after the program. Thank you.